Yo, what's going on, man? Today is October the 18th. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show, live early on a Friday morning. Happy Friday, everyone. We got one game in the W for today, game 4. Hopefully it's the last game. I'm actually getting I'm not tired of the finals because it's been really, really good. Back and forth action between the Lynx and the Liberty. But I'm ready to get to NBA season and kind of lock in on NBA, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, hopefully it's the last game. I also got a future bet on the Liberty to win the whole thing. So I need the Liberty to get the job done today so we don't have to worry about anything else. Like, let's just go ahead and end it. No game 5. We don't need no fantastic finishes or, more game-winning shots. Let's just get it out the way with. But anyway, appreciate everybody for tapping in as always, man. All the loyal listeners of the ChrisBeCappinn Show. Definitely appreciate you guys for tapping in. We'll jump into a quick recap. I did do a standalone video yesterday. The video today actually was more so just to kind of talk about the plays that I had in the video yesterday, last night, that I was sleeping on. One that I actually made, and then kind of discuss the games with you guys. So let's jump right into it. Game 3, ended up giving out 3 plays. 2 of them was live. The bottom 2 were live. Under 166.5 was a winner. New York plus 4.5 was a winner because they came back and won the game outright, of course. And then that initial under that I talked about in the standalone video for game 3 as well, under 161.5 is what it ended up getting up to. And that's why I pulled the trigger. 3-0 on those 3 plays. The WNBA playoffs is treated as well. 17-9 straight up. 6.26 units so far. So we cashed a 2-unit bet with the Liberty to win the championship. And it's been a great playoffs. And I'm super excited about that. So let's go through a couple of the comments before we get started. What's up, Mark? In here as always, says good morning, Chris and community. It's going to be a great day. Believe it. I love the power of the tongue. It's powerful. What we say is powerful. I appreciate that. Mark says, thanks for the early breakdown yesterday, Chris. What up, Peasy? Appreciate you for tapping in. Prolific in here as always. He says, good morning, Chris. He says, Minnesota is in Lib's crosshairs. Ionescu is an assassin. That shot was very assassin-like, man. Shout out to Sabrina after not showing up for that first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter pretty much as well. He says, I'm satisfied just watching. And I kind of wish I wasn't financially invested as well, Prolific, but it's going well so far for me. So hopefully we can kind of keep going. This is a great series just to watch, though. I'm right there with you. From game 1 and Courtney Williams hitting the shot to game 2 and the Liberty coming back and bouncing back, covering that 7.5 point spread, and them winning game 3 in dramatic fashion. I definitely agree with that. Will says, what up, though? Top of the morning, everyone. What up, Will? What's up, Mitchell, as well? He says, top of the morning, going to be a great day. Go Guardians. What a game last night. I did see that somebody hit a walk-off home run to make that series 2-1. I think the Yankees are still up 2-1. Prop says, good morning, Chris. Just finished watching your other video. Always appreciate the consistency. I try to be consistent, Prop. I try to be. It's a lot of things going on in life, but one thing I try to be is consistent for sure. And I appreciate that recognition. You Mad says, Jones double-double, Sabrina 15 points, Courtney Williams over her 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Nafisa Collier, 15 points and 8, I think that's rebounds. And Stewie, 8 boards. Less cash, people. So nice little parlay there. I'm actually not too mad at those legs. I think they could all cash. You man, I love Jacquel Jones double today. Haven't put $1 on it, but I love it. I talked about her points plus rebounds in the overnight video, so I couldn't talk you off of that at all. Good morning, Kristen. Happy Friday to you. Appreciate you for tapping in this morning. As always, David says one of the best baseball games I've ever seen. David Fry was the walk-off. I thought it was David Fry. I didn't want to mention butcher the name and say the wrong person though, but yeah, shout out to Fry. I heard he also hit another one before to kind of keep the Guardian series alive. So yeah, I've been trying to watch basketball. I've been trying to watch a little bit of MLB playoffs. I do love baseball. I'm a big baseball guy, but also trying to get acclimated with the NBA playoff, the NBA preseason. It's just a lot going on, man. Mitchell says, Chris, will you be doing a daily morning show at the same time during NBA season starting next week? Absolutely. That's the bread and butter. That's the bread and butter, Mitchell. Absolutely, bro. I will absolutely be on here every single day. Every single day. Rest assured. As long as I'm in good health and the family's good, I will be here. Absolutely. Michael says under 80.5 first half. Morning, Chris. Okay, so liking some under. New York Liberty killing the boys on Elena Smith, not 100%. Let's jump into it, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. What up, Justin? My guy in here with me as always. Jose in here as well. M says, nah, man, not long, not a lot going on this year. He says best time of the year. It's still a lot going on, but yeah, I agree. My son got soccer, like he got practice. I got a lot going on in life. Justin says he got the over in his pocket. Only bet for him so far. David says I'm back for year 3 with Chris. My guy, appreciate that, David. Appreciate you for tapping in. Just a quick reminder: these NBA team previews are all done. I think I did a pretty good job. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of grind, but I think it's well worth it, man. Definitely well worth it. I will be doing a future show, NBA future show, just to kind of give out probably no more than 5 looks. I'm not going to tap a lot of my money in for the full season, but it is a couple plays that I do want to make. Just haven't pulled the trigger, just from a time perspective, honestly. But I'll share those with the members when I do put those future bets in. There's a couple that I really, really like that I'm thinking about going, probably a full unit on, but we'll see. Just based on market value, like a couple of them I feel like are super mispriced, and I probably should have played them already, but I haven't. So definitely check out these team previews. You can check these out under the video section of my YouTube channel if people are interested in going back and kind of catching up, getting reacclimated to any of these teams. Let's jump into the game that we have on the board for today, though, which is the Liberty and the Minnesota Lynx. Just wanting to double check and make sure that the lines haven't moved yet. 3.5. 3 is actually the consensus right now. So money coming in on the Liberty and on the Lynx in this spot. This was 3.5 yesterday. It's still 3.5 on ESPN Bet, but it's looked like it's coming down to 3 on most books. There's some 2.5s out there as well. And the total looks like it's starting to tick up a little bit. It was 158.5 when I did the video last night. It's 159. Looks like it's the consensus right now between the two, but more 159s than 158.5s. So first thing I wanted to talk about was actually my favorite play in the game, and I think it's a good bet, man. It's a bet that I'm not willing to bet against, and it's the Lynx in the first quarter. I think it's a super desperation spot. I talked about this in the video last night. You can get the first quarter on ESPN. On FanDuel, I think plus 1.5 is juice like minus 125. I wouldn't even lay that much juice with a first quarter bet, just because how much variance can happen in the first quarter. But I do feel like it's the better play in the game. And just for full transparency, I'm not betting the full game because I got the Liberty, to win the championship. And there's no reason for me to bet the Liberty in this spot. If they win, I don't need to win twice. I'm cool. I'm cool with winning one bet for the Liberty to win the championship. So I'm not playing full game, but I think Minnesota first quarter makes a lot of sense. What we've seen from this Liberty team, especially after a big win like that, is typically a exhale in the next game, right? There's a bit of complacency for this New York Liberty team. We actually saw it in game 3. The Lynx punched first in that game. And, Liberty had to overcome a 10-point deficit, in the first quarter. And I think the Lynx, could they come out super, flat in this spot? There's potential for anything. But I don't think that it's going to end in that way, especially after the dramatic win that the Liberty got with Sabrina Ionescu hitting that 3-pointer from damn near the logo last night. So I do like Minnesota early. I think, like I said, New York can be their own worst enemy at times. We saw this, a little bit of a letdown in game 3 when they had a 2-0 lead against the Las Vegas Aces in the last round. We even saw it, in game 2 when they were playing against the Atlanta Dream in the first round as well. So, I like Lynx early. I think you at least get their best effort at home in front of their fans. You get it early. I think the Liberty still have potential to win the full game, but as you guys can see, this line, is sharp now. And I talked about that. One of the reasons why I let that money line go in game 3 and I didn't chase it, right? I just waited until I got a much better number with the Liberty live, and that's when I played it. So also outside of those couple of things that I've talked about that, support the Lynx here, Elena Smith health is something that's concerning. I talked about this yesterday, but, she told the media, quote, "The plan is to play," end quote. I'm not sure if she got an injection or not, but I know she went to the locker room. She was dealing with some back pain. You could tell she had been, very emotional. Looked like she had been crying. And, she's going to try to give it all that she got. I think, just based on, game script, it says that the numbers say that they're a lot better. This Lynx team is early in the game than late. They were actually a plus 20 with Elena Smith on the floor, a minus 19 with Nafisha Hans-Allen on the floor. So I like I think she'll be as fresh as she possibly will be earlier in this game as well. So, and the home team is one that covered every first quarter as well. So I like the Lynx early here. +1, I think, is available on one sports book at like -105. So it's not a lot of vig there. And I think, versus paying a -125 price, I think you say the 20 sit and just, take the hook. Like I'm cool with getting a +1 here. So that's my favorite bet overall. I'll go through a couple of the comments. I won't really touch on it. I'll give you guys my thoughts, but I'm not touching the total. We did cash on the under twice last game, but I'm not going to play the total in this one. And then I'll go through a couple of the player props. Let's see. UMass says, and Sabrina turn on, go off, and Stewie takes back seat. I feel like Sabrina about to go Kobe. We'll see how that goes. Mark likes the first quarter up and over again. This is 3-0 to the over in the first quarter so far. So yeah, I mean, I think I would probably stay off of it tonight, honestly, Mark. But I'm not going to play it, and I'm not going to sway you off of it. So I hope you cash it, my brother. Hope you cash it. Mitchell says Liberty finish it tonight. That's what I'm hoping for. Michael says I'll hammer Lynx first quarter. Let's go. Love that. Mark says the script says Lynx win tonight and Lib win at home. Just saying. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Justin says I cashed Lynx +133 first quarter last game. Now I can get a +125 first quarter. Might get there. That's what I like the most. That's absolutely what I like the most. Yeah, that's what I like the most. From a player prop perspective, I'll say this. I think Jacquel's in a really good spot tonight, man. I don't know how you guys want to play it. Maybe it's points, maybe it's rebounds, maybe it's points plus rebounds. I think all of those things are in play. I just think I talked about this last night, but her coming off her lowest rebounding game in the playoffs, she had 5 rebounds in game 3. To me, this, it's a big bounce back game for Jacquel here. She had 9 rebounds in game 2. She had 10 rebounds in game 1. And I think, with the questionability for Elena Smith in this spot, just kind of lends itself to Jacquel really being able to be effective and dominant. Misha Hans-Allen is a big player that can go down there and board the basketball. But if Jacquel comes to play, which sometimes it feels like she takes plays off in certain pockets of the game, she just don't look like herself. She's turning the ball over. She's making bonehead plays, like fouling. Like it really like stresses me out at times. But anyway, if she plays to her capability, we know that, going into the series, I talked about Jacquel having the best matchup in this series because they don't have a traditional big, but Elena Smith was on the second team all defense in the W this season. So if Elena Smith's not going to be 100%, I mean, that makes it a little bit easier for Jacquel, who's like 6'6", I think. Like, she should be able to feast. I think she gets a few more offensive rebounds, a few more defensive rebounds, and her shots, probably start to fall a little bit more. And it's not like she shot bad. She shot 5 for 10 from the field in game 3. She finished with 13 points at a big 3 late in that game as well when they were down by 4 to cut it to 1. So, yeah, I like Jacquel. I think she bounced back. I think she has a really good matchup here. Jacquel is probably my favorite prop bet. I think Sabrina continues to struggle. Even though she came on late in that game, I think she continues to struggle against, Kayla McBride, who's done a really good job, an excellent job of guarding her throughout the entire series. I would probably go back to her 3-pointer prop to go under. I think that's a good look for Sabrina. She hit that last one, the one that, broke the back of all bettors who had that under. I know a lot of people tailed that under. So she did, she hit that shot to cash the over 2.5 threes, but I still think it was a very, very good bet. And if I'm betting on Sabrina, that's probably the player prop that I like the most. On the other side is Courtney Williams. I think it's another big bounce back spot for her. Fee's field goal percentage has continued to go down throughout the series. She has the worst matchup on the floor, in my opinion, with Stewie guarding her. Stewie has a 7'1" wingspan. I continue to say this over and over again. So I don't want to play on Fee. I would more so play on Courtney Williams to go over on her points plus assists again. She shot the ball real terrible. I can see her bouncing back in a big way in this game. And without Elena Smith there, Nafisa Collier being guarded by Stewie, I think that's just Courtney Williams going to have to take advantage of those matchups. I know Leona Phoebus is a really good defender. Courtney Williams going to have to bring it today, though. If not, this series is over, in my opinion. So I do like Courtney Williams if I'm betting anything there. Let's see. As far as the total goes, and I'll jump back into the comments, and then we'll get ready to get up off here. I got another show this evening that I need to prep for NFL Sunday, and then I'll send out a couple looks for NFL Sunday as well. Probably my last week betting NFL, if I'm being honest, because I'm gonna dive headfirst into NBA. But as far as the total goes, as I mentioned, I did like the under in Game 3. There's some hesitations kind of going back to it here, in my opinion. The Elena Smith injury, I think, really hurts this Lynx defense. The Liberty's offense really struggled in the first half. They only managed 35 points, but in the fourth quarter, in the third and fourth quarter, second half, they scored 45 points. A lot of that, in my opinion, was due to Elena Smith injury. There's also a potential for it to be a close game like it was in the last game, and that can lead to some foul trouble. Minnesota will definitely be fouling if they are down in this game, which could lead to the Liberty hitting a couple free throws that tips it up and over the total. So as much as I want to get to the under again, I think I'm going to stay off the total. If I play it, it'll probably be live. But I really just want to cash the first quarter bet on the Lynx and the series price on the Liberty, that 2-unit play that I gave out in the last round. And it'll be a great WNBA season for myself. I will take it. Through all of the turbulence, the ups and the downs, we're going to come out super profitable in the WNBA. So shout out to everybody that's been, tuning in, rocking with me from the beginning. I know we hit a lull a little bit after the Olympic break, but WNBA has been good, man. I absolutely love it. And I'm super excited for Unrivaled to start as well. I know they signed a contract with TNT. Hopefully we'll be able to bet on that as well. I think that starts in January. I'll be locked in for that as well. Trying to find some markets that get us to the window and get us paid. So those are my thoughts on the totals, player props, and the one side bet that I like as well. Let's go back to the comments real quick before we do a recap and get up out of here. DJ Prop says, I'm leaning the over 158.5 along with the Lynx to cover that first quarter plus 1.5. Home dogs usually push the total over. And if we expect JJ and Courtney Williams to shoot better, then offense should be better overall. And I'm in agreement here, Prop. I was looking at a couple different things that says that Liberty win the game, but the Lynx, probably play well early here. Just to go back through my history real quick, some of the queries, I'll shout these out real quick. You guys take them into your handicapping process if you want. I looked at in the playoffs, home dogs coming off back-to-back losses, just 3-10 straight up, but they're 7-6 against the number, and that says that the Liberty win the game here. Another one I looked at was I looked at home dogs in series game 4 of the WNBA Finals. They are 1-4 straight up, 2-3 against the number, 4-1 to the over. This says that the Liberty win. It says that the game goes over. I looked at home dogs in series game 4s overall in general, and they are 2-5 straight up. Says that the Liberty win, 5-2 to the over. So what you're saying, Prop, goes, those games typically have gone over. This goes all the way back to 2012. Also, I thought this was interesting. Teams coming off a 15-point win. Teams that won, that overcame a 15-point lead, that's facing the same exact team in the next game, in the playoffs specifically, 1-3 straight up, 1-3 against the number. This says that the Lynx win and they cover. It's a small sample size, but it also is 3-1 to the over as well. So I don't always like buying on teams that had to do a lot to come back in the next game. I actually think it's a phase spot. I do not need the Liberty to lose this game, though. But I most of the time I think that that's a fade spot. So I ran that query a couple different times. I think all the results were pretty normal. I think I looked at last one I mentioned for you guys is team. So in the playoffs, teams coming off a game where they had to overcome a 10-point deficit or more, and they won the game. They're facing the same team and they're favored in their next game. 5-1 straight up, 3-3 against the number, 4-2 to the over. So a lot of these trends do say over. And this one actually favors the Liberty to win the game, but we'll see how it goes. We shall see. Appreciate you for mentioning in that prop, because that made me think about this. Michael says he did take the over 158.5. Last game would have gone over if Sabrina missed that 3, but it was a nice cash for New York in the under last game. Yeah, okay. Justin says, I'm different than Chris. I want to win twice. He says, if Chris wasn't the homie, I would be wanting the Lynx to win it all. It's a bigger payout. Yeah, I talked about that, Justin. I talked about, potentially hedging. I didn't do so. I'm glad I didn't do so. But we'll see. I mean, those bets are cash outable, I guess, if that's a word. Like I can cash out of, the Lynx. I mean, the Liberty, that minus 125 I gave out, but I'm gonna let it ride. I don't think the Minnesota Lynx will win back-to-back games, but we've seen crazy things happen in this playoffs, man. Mitchell says Washington to cover over the Panthers. Jaden Daniels over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I haven't gotten to that game yet, but I think the Commanders are like -6. Yeah, I would probably be laying too. The Panthers are just bad at football. I gotta dive a little bit deeper into the game. I want to get on the Russian prop for the game. I'm not sure if Brian Robinson Jr. is going to be back again. I know he missed the last game against Baltimore last week, but he should have a field day. Like Austin Eckler over his receiving yards. I know I gave it out last week. He should absolutely cash again if Brian Robinson Jr. doesn't play. Yeah, I mean, you just take the running backs against the Panthers. Anytime touchdowns, like it can't stop a nosebleed, even with change of quarterback. Quincy says over 40 hit first quarter. First quarter hit every game this series. That's a fact. Appreciate you for tapping in, Justin. Kara says Liberty about to win in game 5 in New York. Lynx plus the points here. Okay. Bill says, do you think the Timberwolves and Knicks? Do you like the Timberwolves and Knicks opening day? I got to dive a little bit deeper in those games. It's one play I'm eyeing so far for opening night. It's not even opening night. I think it's the second night, and it's OKC. OKC plus the 1.5. I think in Denver. OKC is going to be a well-oiled machine this year. I know I'm getting off track. I'm just answering the questions. OKC is going to be so good this year, man. I'm super excited. I know Isaiah Hartenstein is out. He'll be reassessed in 5 to 6 weeks or something like that. I don't think it really matters. Like, that's the team that I like. They have a really good track record in Denver, where it's really difficult to play. They won in there last year, won a couple games. So I got to dive a little bit deeper, but NBA plays are on the way for sure. Appreciate you asking that question, Bill. He says Liberty all day. Kayla McBride went crazy and they still lost. She went, yeah, she did shoot the ball really well. Forgot about that. Kara says Sabrina under her points, rebounds, and assists. Lynx money line for Glow. A lot of people still believing. Believing in the Lynx. Justin says y'all killed me in the chat. Oh yeah, we did. But I mean, I don't think Jacksonville was supposed to go out like that. But yeah, I would never bet. I didn't bet the game. I told you guys I didn't, but I wouldn't be looking towards the Bears. Man, the Bears look like they had Caleb Williams looking like he was going to the Pro Bowl. I think he threw 3-4 touchdowns. Boy had the best day of his career last week. So yeah, I'm rambling now. I'm just going through the comments. I love being able to interact with you guys, though. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Just getting into a little bit of a recap. Let me just make sure I got the screen right. I will be on the Liberty in the first quarter. I do think that. I mean the Lynx in the first quarter. +1, -105. If you can find the number, I'll send it out to the members. I forgot exactly what sportsbook it was, but I was just kind of looking at this morning while I was working out, and I think it is my favorite play on the board for today. The player props, I don't know if I'll get there or not. We'll see. Maybe a little same fun game parlay, but I'm a little same game parlay for fun. But I don't really do a lot of fun bets. I put the bet in, I'm trying to win. I don't like putting in long shots, none of that. I just want to win. So yeah, I will play Minnesota first quarter though. For the show, that'll be the best bet. First quarter +1. Talked about it in this show, talked about it last night. That's what I'm liking the most here. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Resources, as always, I won't jump into them. I do think there'll be one more resource. Just super excited to announce the potential partnership that I got coming up with another really great resource and tool to kind of handicap. But I won't do that in today's show. We'll see how things go. But something I think is going to be very useful for NBA. So stay tuned for that. Referral code CBC, 20% off for OddsJam as always. Same thing for ChrisBeCappinn, 2 P's, 2 N's on Moneyballer. Check these out if you guys have not. And that's going to be the show, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. I agree with this, Kara. She says, I've been loving this WNBA season. Right there with you. Absolutely love the season so far, man. It's been amazing. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. If this is the last WNBA show, I'll catch you guys for NBA, man. It's potential that it is the last WNBA show. It's been a hell of a ride. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Everybody hit the like button, showing support, dropping plays in the chat. However, you've been a part of the ChrisBeCappinn community. Some people tune in, never sent a comment. Some people leave a comment every single day. Let me know what they think. Some really great handicappers in the chat, as always. So I appreciate everybody for tapping in over the course of the WNBA season. It's been a profitable one, which is always what we strive for. You know what? I'm not going to ramble, but I appreciate you guys for tapping in, man. Enjoy your Friday. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.